Hi everyone, I'm Pamela Lutrell with Over 50 Feeling 40, and I am super excited to be here with you today. I am making a new commitment to my YouTube channel. In the past, I've been working another job as well as blogging, and I didn't have the time to do this. So I'm thrilled to be able to start today with a series of YouTube videos to help you be your best over 50 this exciting time of life. I want you to feel and look your best. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, invite your friends, share this with them, and let's talk today about how to be uniquely you. Talk to you about something today that I don't believe you're going to find anywhere else. I think it is completely unique to me. And I'm not going to tell you 5 ways to do something or 8 ways to do something or how to do something. I'm going to talk to you specifically about how to be uniquely you. Developing a personal style is hard work. It takes time and it requires a lot of components, but I believe I have simplified it into a system that has worked for me for years and has worked for many of the women that read my blog as well. So stay with me, and hopefully at the end I'll be able to give you an action plan to get you started yourself on how to be uniquely you. The story began for me when I turned 50. I had let myself go for years. I was a working mom. I had teenagers that were very active, lots of activities. I had a lot of students and after-school activities with the subjects I taught. So I was very busy, and I had put me at the bottom of my priority list. I was frumpy, dumpy, and just not caring. I wore a lot of oversized t-shirts. I wore my hair pulled back. I didn't often wear makeup. I'm so embarrassed to say that sometimes I wore things my mother-in-law gave me. I know, shock over. It hasn't happened again, everything's gone. But I just didn't take care of me. So when I turned 50, I had a wake-up moment. It actually happened with a driver's license picture. And I looked at that woman and I said, who is she? What happened to her? In my 20s, I was a little fashionista, and she had completely gone out the window. So I decided it was time to take me back. The first thing I wanted to do was start caring about what I wore and my wardrobe again. And I walked into my closet and I just told you what I saw. It was a mess. So I decided to go shopping. I went to various stores and I would see a mannequin and say, oh my goodness, that looks great. And so I'd buy that and take it home. But it didn't look good on me. I'd stand in the mirror and think, why did it look so good on the mannequin and not on me? I did a lot of buying, returning. I even spent money that I shouldn't have spent because I had no idea what I was going for. So I started doing this. I started watching style shows, particularly what not to wear, because I was wearing a lot of what not to wear clothes. And I read style books and I listened to what the experts were saying. And what kept resonating with me was messaging. Some of these people kept saying it matters what your clothes say about you. And it makes perfect sense. It's the whole reason behind the concept, dress for success, and why it completely took off. Because they were telling professionals, you need to look a certain way if you want to be successful. Well, I'm a communications professional, and that made sense to me. That you've got to control the messaging, that we need to look at this like a cover to our book. So I came to a designer's quote, Rachel Zoe, and she said, style is what you say to people about you without speaking a word. And that's how I want you to look at this. Stacey London even said that we need to look at our style as if it's that name tag, you know, the name tags that we wear at conventions that say, hello, my name is, and we needed to look at that as those particular name tags, and the world is the convention, and our clothing is the name tag, and it tells people who we are. So what are you saying about you with your style? Then I had to think about how to do it. There's lots of labels for personal styling, lots of different labels from classic to bohemian. But those labels didn't speak anything to me. It needed to be more specific. So I started writing down unique things about me. What was unique about me? What did I like about me? And when I asked that question, what do I want to tell the world about me? It kept coming back to adjectives. All of the descriptor words were adjectives. Now that resonated with me. It made sense. So I decided that if I picked out 5 adjectives, and it would take 5 to really mold a message about me. I decided if I picked out 5, then I could control the messaging. And that's what I did. I have now called this the foundational 5 personal building blocks, personal style building blocks, because these 5 adjectives will help you develop a personal style that will tell everybody who you are, to the point of friends and family will start to say, I saw this at the store and it looked just like you. I knew it would look good on you immediately. I started doing that as a high school teacher. I completely changed. I picked my 5 adjectives. One of them was creative, and I started using these, and it developed who I was. I even had a student that called me the scarf lady, because accessories have always been a part of my creative style. But we go through changes in our lives. Changing our lifestyles sometimes means that we need to tweak or change our adjectives to fit what's going on with our life right now. So after teaching, I went into the professional world. And honestly, my adjectives were really meant for the world I was in, more so than me, which I wouldn't recommend that necessarily. But I've got them written down here. Strong, intelligent, kind, dignified, and classic was how I dressed when I was in the professional world. And it worked. Those adjectives, I believe, helped me get both of the jobs that I held at that time because of the way I dressed for the job interviews. They were strong adjectives, and I'm glad that I did them. But again, it wasn't so much me as I was dressing for what I was doing at the time. Then in the last couple of years, we had the pandemic, and I ended up being in a major layoff from a major college. And I needed to change my lifestyle. So suddenly I could be the full-time fashion blogger I've loved being for 11 years. I could do it full-time, and I was at home more. I needed to rethink me. And a stylist in London had helped me to go through a color change, which I really needed and was wonderful. And she also helped me rethink my style. One of the words she gave to me was bohemian, but I'm not full-blown bohemian. I needed to bring it in just a little bit. So my new adjectives are joyful, approachable, creative, polished, and current. Now let me tell you the reason for those adjectives and why I need all 5 of them. I want to be joyful. The blouse I have on is a very happy blouse. Lots of colors, beautiful green, and it's got little gold flecks within it. So I needed a joyful, approachable. I want people to feel comfortable walking up to me. I don't want to look like royalty or a princess or somebody that's not me. So I want them to come up and talk to me. Creative. I love my creative bent. And I say it a lot with my jewelry, with my accessories. And so every time I wear a look, it has some sort of creativity to it. Today it's in the paisley, in the pattern of the blouse. And then I wanted to be polished as well. Now this is where I rein in the bohemian a little bit. If I just was full-blown bohemian without thinking about being polished as well, I might not have on this structured jacket. But I might just be flowy and breezy and out there, and that is not me. I need a bit of a polished touch. And finally, current. I want to be a current woman. I want to be in the game. I want my grandchildren to look at me and say, there's my grandmother. She's current, she's stylish, she knows what she's doing. But you can combine those adjectives any way you want. What I have learned is that when you look in the mirror every day, does this outfit speak these 5 things about me? That you could walk around all day, not say a word, and people would know who you are, and you would begin over time with consistency developing a personal style that is uniquely you, not something you saw in a store, not something you read on a blog, but uniquely you. And it just takes that consistency. Also, if you will take your adjectives shopping with you, and when you're trying on clothing, ask those 5 questions. Does this say these 5 things about me? You'll waste less money. You'll spend less time returning things to the store, and you'll walk out of there with pieces that you are confident and excited about. Because part of being uniquely you is confident styling and walking in confidence. My readers have done this. They have sent me their 5 adjectives over the years, and sometimes I will help them find pieces that communicate those adjectives, but they have found success with it. So I'd like to encourage you to do it as well. It will give you confidence to dress this way. So how do you do this? Here's your action points, ladies. You need to first write down every positive thing that you can think about you. All your positive qualities. Write it down on a list. Then I want you to think, if I go out, what do I want to say to others about me without speaking a word? Write those things down. And from those lists, you can begin to put together your 5 adjectives. If you want to be quirky and fun, include that in your adjectives. If you want to be refined, classic, stylish, elegant, include those in your adjectives. Whatever you want to say to the world about you can be part of your adjectives. I'm going to have a lot more to say on this topic, but this should get you started. I've given you the action points to get you going, but think about those 5 foundational 5 adjectives, and it will help you develop a look that is uniquely you. Again, thank you for being here. I'm super excited to be here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to be back real soon with more for you. Bye now.